will start with a prayer to Lord Ganesha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Invoking the grace of Lord Dakshinamurti, we are entering into the study of the text called Vedanta Dindima. This text is attributed to Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji. In most of the books you will find Shankaracharya ji as the author. But many scholars do not accept that. And some scholars, they say it is written by Sriman Nrsimha Saraswati. Nrsimha Saraswati, who was one of the Shankaracharya of the Peetham, Sringeri Peetham. He is supposed to have written this text because the style of presentation, many scholars do not agree that it is of Shankaracharya. For us it does not matter because the content is very authentic. Whoever be the author, the content is as the Sampradaya presents. And therefore we will not bother about it, will not go into research and all. Some people have that academic approach. Who is the author, in which century it was written, how many texts that author has written, when did he write this. All this is not our concern. Sadhaka, the Jignasu, who is a mumukshu, will not enter into that. Only those who are interested in this academic details, bloggers they are, so they will be interested in this, that which century it was written, etc. Mumukshu will not be interested in that. All right. Now, what is the meaning of this title, Vedanta Dindima? There are two parts in this word, Vedanta and Dindima. Dindima literally means a drum. Dindi iti shabdam mati iti dindima. That which makes the sound dim, 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 dim. So you drum, a certain drum makes this sound dim, dim, and therefore it is called Dindima. And in olden days, we did not have this WhatsApp or this TV or radio. So if some public announcements are to be made, then what was the method used? Imagine that there will be coronation of the prince. He is going to be coronated. Let us assume Bhagavan Ramachandra. So Ramachandra ji, Sri Ramachandra is going to be coronated. They say on Chaitra Masa Shukla Paksha Navamyam Titho. That was the coronation date. So what will be done? The king will send so many messengers, so many announcers. And generally they will be the group will be consisting of two members mainly. One is will be beating the drum. Beating the drum is what? For calling people. Because the microphone was not there. So how to draw the attention of people? So they will go to the main place of the village, and there they will beat, one person will beat the drum. Din, 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 they will do. So people will understand, yeah, some public announcement is to be made. So people will gather. So people gather not for dim, 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 not for drum. It is not a music program. So it is not for din, din. So after the din, din has done its job of gathering people, then the other person will announce. Chaitra Mase Shukla Pakshe Davamyam Tithau Shri Ramachandrasya Rajyabhishekah Bhavishyati din, 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 din. Again din, din will come. So this was the Dindima. Dindima literally means drum. But whatever announcement is made after the Dindima sound, Dindima beat, that also is called Dindima, Lakshanaya, by implication. So Dindima directly means drum, but by implication Dindima means declaration, proclamation, public announcements. That is called Dindima. So I hope you got Dindima, you got it. So Dindima means declarations, proclamations, announcements. And here Vedanta Dindima means the proclamations, declarations of Vedanta. So Vedanta Dindima means the declarations of Vedanta. Now what is Vedanta? Vedanta is Vedasya Antaha Vedanta. The end portion of Veda is called Vedanta, which is otherwise called Upanishad. So Vedanta, the end portion of Vedas, which is otherwise called Upanishad, is here the first part of this title, Vedanta. Why do we say the end portion of Vedas? Because it has got first portion. So Vedas have got two portions. One first portion is called Veda Purva Bhaga, the second portion is called Vedanta. Veda Purva Bhaga, as we are going to see in the second shloka here, Veda Purva Bhaga is dealing with karma and upasana. That is why it is also called Karma Kanda, which includes upasana. Whereas the Vedanta is called Jnana Kanda. Kanda means the section. So Karma Kanda means the section dealing with karma is Karma Kanda, and Vedanta, the second portion, is dealing with knowledge. Knowledge of what? Tattvam, the reality. So Tattva Jnanam is the subject matter of the last portion of Vedas, therefore it is called Jnana Kanda also. So Vedanta, Upanishad, Jnana Kanda. These are the words we use synonymously. And Vedanta Dindima, as we saw, is declarations of Vedanta. And this text also can be considered to be a Prakarana Grantha. As Swamiji has used the word, so I can use it. It is a Prakarana Grantha. Why? It is dealing with the main subject matter of Vedanta. It does not talk about so many details which are given in Vedanta. Srishti Prakriya is not talked about. And these certain upasanas, these Brahma upasanas which are also talked about in Vedanta, they are not talked about. And therefore, this text is Shastra Ekadesha Sambaddham. The text is a Prakarana because it is dealing with one part of this Vedanta. Shastra, Vedanta Shastra, Upanishad, Ekadesha Sambaddham, connected with one part of the Mula Shastra called Vedanta, called Upanishad. And also Shastra Karyantare Sthitam. It does some job which was not done by the original text. So main job done by the Vedanta Upanishad and by this text is the same. But revealing the vision of truth. That is the same. But secondary job, the explanation, examples, all those things are not done or not done enough in the Moola Grantha, and that is being done in this Prakarana Grantha. So Shastra Karyantare Sthitam conveys the idea that the Prakarana Grantha, in English we call it expository text. This expository text does this extra job of giving some examples, giving the summary of certain Upanishad, giving the answer to possible doubts, and therefore this Prakarana Grantha has got some value addition. Otherwise, why should we study Prakarana Grantha when originals are available? The answer is that Prakarana Grantha is introducing the topics and explaining the topics with certain examples and answering certain doubts. So that is how this Vedanta Dindima is a Prakarana Grantha. And original text has got 94 verses. But 94 verses we cannot do in 7 days. And I don't have the mind to do in 2 parts and all. Because the next part, by the time we come again, we'll forget this. So again we have to give summary. So Swamiji has to do, because there is a text is so big, he has to do it. Whereas I had some choice. Therefore what I have done, I have selected 22 verses. So we are going to do selected verses of Vedanta Dindima. 22 verses where the main topics of Vedanta Dindima are covered. And this Vedanta Dindima, like any other text, starts with Mangalacharanam. Mangalacharanam means auspicious act in the form of a prayer. It is also called Mangala Shloka. So this text, like any other text, starts with Mangalacharanam, where prayer is made to Lord Dakshinamurti. It's a very beautiful prayer. We are in the presence of Dakshinamurti and we are offering prayer to Lord Dakshinamurti in the in the first shloka. I will read. Vedanta Dindimastatvam. Sorry. Vedanta Dindimastatvam. Ekamudghoshayanti yat Astam purastat tat tejaha Dakshinamurti Sangnitam. Yeah, please chant. Vedanta Dindimaha Tattvam Ekam Udghoshayanti Yat Astam Purastat Tat Tejaha Dakshina Murti Sangnitam. This what I have done is Sandhi Vigraha. Sandhi Vichcheda I have done. People may think, why are you reading again, Swamiji? Something is done. So here prayer is made to Lord Dakshinamurti. Many people may wonder, why do we offer prayer when we are going to study Vedanta, where we are going to say, I am Ishvara. I and Ishvara are one. Why should we offer a prayer? I don't offer prayer to myself. So why should we offer prayer? And in fact, some people, after studying little bit Vedanta, they think that now they should not go to the temple. Why? If they go to the temple, then their sense of duality will be strengthened, and therefore their Vedanta pursuit will be obstructed. Therefore, they think going to the temple is not good. That is a wrong understanding. When we are doing any transaction, then we are assuming this Dvaitam, duality. And based on this assumed duality, we accept Ishvara. And therefore, we offer a prayer. It is something like when cricket match is going on, that time umpire words are final. Umpire says that is a no ball, no ball. Now a DRS is there, but earlier DRS was not there. DRS system is there. So review system. What is D stand for? Huh? Decision review system. Decision review system. Earlier we did not have this. So umpire is final. But when match is over, then both of them are friends. The cricketer doesn't have to listen to umpire. That go to the room straight. The umpire says, suppose after match is over, go to the room straight, don't go here and there. He will not listen. Why? Match is over. As long as you are in the match, you have to listen to umpire. So Bhagavan is like umpire. So as long as you are accepting the empirical reality for transaction, we accept Ishvara. When you are seeing yourself to be Akarta, Abhokta, Atma, at that time you need not. But when you are starting the study of the text, it is a Vyavahara. And in Vyavahara, we accept this duality, provisional duality, we accept. And when we accept the duality, we accept Ishvara. Pujya Swamiji, great wise person, but those who have seen him, whenever it was possible, he used to go to the temple. And therefore, we need not have that feeling that I am studying Advaita Vedanta, radical Advaita, radical non-dualist. Some people use this word, radical non-dualist. And therefore, we don't require it. You people require. You people are very, what is called, immature, unqualified, unprepared, therefore you require. Whereas I am very prepared, senior student, therefore I don't require. That is a notion. Yes, if you don't get the time or opportunity to go to the temple, doesn't matter. We need not have guilt about not going. But we need not have resistance to going. That is the ideal. No resistance to going, no guilt about not going. That is the correct approach. So we see that all great acharyas, when they start their text, they always offer salutation to or offer prayers to the Lord. And the prayer can be in the form of just revealing the reality, or prayer can be in the form of this prayer for blessing, request for blessing. So here the main sentence is Tejaha Purastat Astam Dakshinamurti Sangnitam Tejaha Purastat Astam. Purastat means in front. Astam, let there be. Let it remain present. Tejaha, Teja means effulgent. Let the effulgent Lord remain present. Tat, well known. That well known Tejaha well-known effulgent being, effulgent Lord, be present. Purastat means in front. Let Tejaha, effulgent Lord, remain present in front of us. And Tejaha refers to Chaitanya Swarupa of Paramatma. Chaitanya Swarupa Paramatma, Chaitanya means consciousness. The Lord who is of the nature of consciousness, let him remain present in front of us. Means, let the presence of the Lord bless us all the time. So, let Bhagavan remain present in front of us. Bhagavan is always present. Let us have the awareness of the presence of Ishvara. Pujya Swamiji used to say very often, bring Ishvara in your life. What does it mean? Ishvara is already there in your life. There is nothing which is not pervaded by Ishvara. Ishvara is already there in your life, but you may not be aware of the presence of Ishvara. So, bring Ishvara in your life means bring the awareness of Ishvara in your life. So, here when we say, O Lord, be present in front of us, means may I remain aware of your presence. And who is that Lord? Who is that Tejaha? Chaitanya Swarupa Paramatma, Dakshina Murti Sangnitam. Sangnitam is denoted by the name. Named. What is the? How is he named? Dakshina Murti. Dakshina Murti is the name of the Lord. So, Dakshina Murti Sangnitam means the effulgent Lord whose name is Dakshina Murti, or who is denoted by the name Dakshina Murti. Now, all of you, most of you must be aware of this word Dakshina Murti. Dakshina Murti is a form of Lord Shiva. When Lord Shiva is manifesting as a teacher, then he is called Dakshinamurti. It is said in Purana that when Sanat Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumaras, when they prayed to Lord Shiva for giving Upadesha, then Lord Shiva appeared in this form which was facing the south. Therefore, Lord Shiva got the name Dakshinamurti. Dakshinabhimukha murtihi yasya saha Dakshinamurtihi. The Lord whose form is facing the south is called Dakshinamurti. And there is another meaning of Dakshinamurti which is also very beautiful, and that is Dakshina Anukula Murtihi Yasya. One whose form is so favorable, so gracious. So, Dakshinamurti means the one who has got very gracious form. That Dakshinamurti, may he remain in front of us. And this Dakshinamurti, what is he? That is said here, Vedanta Dindimaha ekam yat tattvam udghoshayanti. Dakshinamurti is that yat which is ekam tattvam, one reality, which is udghoshayanti. Udghoshayanti means declare very loudly. Who is declaring? Vedanta Dindimaha. The proclamations of Vedanta are declaring very loudly. That tattvam, ekam tattvam, non-dual reality, yat, which all the declarations, all the statements of Vedanta are proclaiming, declaring, that reality is Dakshinamurti. So, one important principle of Vedanta is highlighted here, that Dakshinamurti is that reality, ekam tattvam, non-dual reality, which is called Brahma, Paramatma, Paramatatvam. that reality which is declared by all Vedanta have got commitment to declare this reality alone. Akhandam Brahma, non-dual Brahman, indivisible Brahman, that alone is being declared by all Vedantas. So all Vedantas have got their Tatparyam in the language of Brahma Sutra, Samanvaya in this Akhandam Brahma. In non-dual Brahman alone, all Vedantas are having Tatparyam. And that non-dual reality alone is available as Dakshinamurti. This is very important principle which many people miss, and therefore they have got confusion. And what is that? One non-dual attributeless reality called Nirguna Brahma, Parabrahma alone is appearing as Saguna Brahma. So many people have got the conflicts regarding Nirguna Brahma, Saguna Brahma. What should be Swamiji focus on? Saguna Brahma or Nirguna Brahma? Saguna Brahman is real or Nirguna Brahman is real, or both are real? So many conflicts are there. They say, Swamiji, when I am trying to meditate, I want to meditate on Nirguna Brahma, but Saguna Brahma comes and I am obstructed by that. So let us understand what is the relationship between these two, Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Really speaking, there are no two Brahmans. Okay, Brahman means limitless, and limitless cannot be more than one. Limitless has to be one only. So limitless is one, but that same limitless, when seen without upadhi, without the adjunct, without the attributes, then it is called Nirguna Brahma. Same Brahman, when seen with upadhi, seen with the adjuncts, seen with the attributes, then it is called Saguna Brahma, Sopadika Brahma. Brahman is only one. Depending upon how you are looking upon Brahman. Are you looking upon Brahman with attributes or without attributes? Based on that, Brahman gets the name Nirguna Brahma, Saguna Brahma. Generally, I give the example of our Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti, when you go in the morning puja, early morning puja, that time they will be removing the dress. And you see Dakshinamurti without dress. Undressed Dakshinamurti you see. Other this Murti there is a dress, but our external dress is not there. And after 1 hour you go, you see Dakshinamurti well dressed and all ornaments. Now, are there two Dakshinamurtis? Only one Dakshinamurti is there. Same Dakshinamurti without dress and with dress. So without dress, undressed Dakshinamurti, with dress is a dressed up Dakshinamurti. But Dakshinamurti is one. Similarly, reality is one alone. How you are looking upon it? You are seeing with upadhi or without upadhi. Based on that, we have got the description of Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma. So here in the first line, what was declared? That all the Vedanta Vakyas are revealing the reality which is attributeless, limitless Brahma. And same Dakshinamurti, same Brahman is available as Dakshinamurti. Therefore, if you see the Ashtottara of Dakshinamurti, many words are there which are revealing the Nirguna Swarupam. And many words are there which are revealing Saguna Swarupam. Same Dakshinamurti we look upon as Nirgunam, attributeless reality, and attributed Ishvara. So attributeless reality and attributed Ishvara, they are not two entities, they are one and the same. That idea is also conveyed here, that yat tattvam ekam Vedanta Dindimaha udghoshayanti. Vedanta Dindima means declarations of Vedanta. Udghoshayanti, proclaim loudly which reality, which one non-dual reality, that alone is effulgent Dakshinamurti, and that may he available in front of us. So may that Dakshinamurti bless us by his presence, by the awareness of his presence. So that is how prayer is made. Prayer is done by the authors. One reason is Shishtachara Paripalanartham, for protecting the convention followed by all great learned people. And so Shishtachara is there. Shishtachara means the convention followed by learned people. So that is one reason. Second is Shishyas Shikshanartham, for teaching the students that as long as you are in Vyavahara, you accept the presence of Ishvara. So Shishya should not become arrogant. So they need to be taught that even though reality is one, but when we are doing Vyavahara, then we accept the duality. Of course, Badhita, this negated duality, but it is accepted. And therefore very beautifully said somewhere, Bhavadvaitam sada kuryat kriyadvaitam na karhijit. Understanding is there of Advaita, but when you are doing the action, your action should not be based on that. Otherwise, what will you say, that you are supposed to serve food to people and you are eating only, while going you are eating, or you are supposed to offer Naivedyam to Bhagavan, and you yourself start eating. So that type of Kriyadvaitam is not to be followed, and therefore Guru is, when he is writing a prayer so that Shishya understands the importance of remembering Ishvara. So Ishvara's grace is very important, and therefore this Dhyana Shloka is always chanted in the beginning of the text. Alright. Now, from the second shloka, the subject matter of Vedas is presented. What is the subject matter of Vedas? And what is the place of karma? How karma is contributing to moksha? All those topics are described from the second shloka up to the sixth shloka. So 2 to 6, these 5 shlokas are going to present the introduction to the main subject matter and the place of karma, so that we do not exaggerate the place of karma nor we ignore karma. For that purpose, the 5 shlokas are given in this text. We will read the second shloka. Dana karma padartho dvau vastu kartratma tantrakau jnanat moksho na karmabhyah iti Vedanta Dindimah. Jnana karma padartho dvau vastu kartratma tantrakau jnanat mokshaha na karmabhyaha iti Vedanta Dindimaha. So first he presents the subject matter of Vedas. He says jnana karma padartho dvau. There are 2 padarthas, 2 things, 2 subject matter. What are they? Jnanam. Jnanam literally means knowledge, but here it is in the sense of tattva jnanam, the knowledge of reality, which is the means for moksha, as it is going to be said. So jnanam here means the tattva jnanam. and karma, action, which includes upasana. So, jnanam and karma, dvau padarthau. These are the two things, two subject matter, twofold subject matter. And the special features of jnanam and karma are given here, which are little bit technical but important to understand. What are they? Vastu kartratma tantrakau. Jnanam is vastu tantram. Tantram means the basis, important factor. So, jnanam is vastu tantram, means jnanam is dependent upon vastu, the thing. Like here we have a pot. So, when you look at this pot, you will get ghatak jnanam, pot knowledge. This pot knowledge is tantra, is dependent upon this pot. What knowledge you will have? If your knowledge is valid knowledge, then you will have ghatak jnanam only. If you are looking at the pot, then the knowledge, valid knowledge you can have is ghatak jnanam. So, knowledge is vastu tantra, means is dependent upon the thing, the object of knowledge. Vastu here means object of knowledge. So, jnanam, valid knowledge, is dependent on the object of knowledge. This will become more clear when we see the contrast. Karma, action, is kartratma tantraka. Kartratma means the individual, atma here means individual who is karta, the doer. Action is kartrutantram or kartratma tantram, dependent upon the agent of action. Puja Swamiji used to give this favorite example. His favorite example was, he used to tell people, clap. So, some people will clap, some people don't clap, some people clap differently. Some people say, Swamiji, what Swamiji wants to say, we don't understand. So, they keep quiet. Some people say, Swamiji asked to clap, so we clap. And some people, there are so many varieties of clapping. Some people will do like this, some people will do like this. So, in Sanskrit we say it, kartum, akartum, anyathava kartum shakyam. Means, it is possible to do, clap. Possible not to do, not clapping, or do it differently. Some people do it after a few minutes. Acha, this is what Swamiji wants. They call tube-light people, you know. So, there are these options available. So, with reference to action, this type of options are available. Means, action depends upon karta, the doer. You may do, you are karta with reference to this instruction. You may do the act of clapping, you may not do, or may do it differently, different ways. So, this is called kartru tantra, or here it is said kartratma tantrakau. So, jnanam is vastu tantra, depending upon the vastu. If I say that look at this object, and then you do not have a choice that you can see it as an elephant. The anaikatti is there, no? The elephant. You can't see. You don't have a choice. If your eyes are working properly, you will see pot as a pot. Your free will does not come into the picture. Whereas with regard to karma, you have a choice. And so kartra, the agent of action, the doer has a choice with regard to action, that is called karma being kartratma tantraka. So here grammatically it is a dual. So vastru kartratma tantraka. Jnanam is vastu tantra and karma is kartratma tantra. Tantra means basis, dependent on. So what is the meaning of the first half? Knowledge and actions are the two things, two subject matters, and they are dependent on object of knowledge and the doer respectively. So jnanam is vastu tantra, karma is kartratma tantra. And now the karma is the subject matter of Veda Purva Bhaga. And jnanam, tattva jnanam, valid knowledge of reality is the subject matter of Vedanta. And it is dependent on this reality only. Knowledge of reality depends upon reality. Now, after presenting the subject matter of Vedas, namely jnanam and karma, one more observation is made. Jnanat mokshaha. Out of these two, mokshaha, freedom is possible jnanat, by knowledge alone. With the help of tattva jnanam alone, moksha is possible. Na karmabhyaha, not by action. Iti, in this manner, there is Vedanta Dindimaha. There is a declaration of Vedanta. So Vedanta says, moksha is by jnanam alone. Tamevam vidvan amrutameti. So one who knows, that person attains this amrutam moksha. And na karmana na prajaya. You have heard this? Na karmana na prajaya dhanena. So this karma cannot give moksha. Jnanena eva moksha. Here little bit we understand about moksha. People have got so many misconceptions about moksha. Most of you are Vedanta students for so many years, so may not have. But some of you who are coming first time, or you are new entrant to this pursuit of Vedanta, then some misconceptions are possible. Let me clarify some of them. One very popular misconception about moksha is, people think dying itself is a moksha. So somebody died, no? Bole ke wo to mukta ho gaye. So he went to Paramatma. So person died means he got moksha. He got moksha, the people around also got moksha. So one misconception is dying is moksha. It is not so. If dying is moksha, then we don't require Vedanta retreats. Why? Because everybody is going to die. Anyway, your moksha is confirmed. Why should you study Vedanta? Why should you do all sadhanas? Therefore, that is not a correct understanding. Some people think moksha means going to a particular place. Vaikuntha loka praptihi mokshaha. So this is very popular concept. And in Dvaita and Vishishta Dvaita, they accept it. Moksha means going to Vaikuntha. In fact, they have got different types of moksha. Like how we have got, that train ticket, that is unreserved is there, then a non-AC is there, then AC 3 tire, AC 2 tire, and first class. Like that, they have got varieties of moksha. The first one is what? Salokya Mukti. Salokya Mukti means you will be staying in the same loka where Bhagavan Vishnu is staying or Shiva is staying. They say, I am breathing the same air. So you breathe the same air. That is called Salokya Mukti. So Vishnu is in Vaikuntha, you also are in Vaikuntha. That is called Salokya Mukti. Little bit more is Sarupya Mukti. Sarupya means what? Whatever is the form of Vishnu, you also will get that form. So if you go to Vaikuntha, you will be confused. Because everybody will look like, not everybody, many people will look like a Vishnu. Only little bit change is there. Otherwise, Lakshmi also will be confused, no? So some, Like many times we get confused that all a Sikh, no? So they look alike. So how their wife will be detecting their husband? So we get a question, but they detect because they know there is some difference. So there is some difference. This, by the way, this has nothing to do with Vedanta Dindima, but they have got that Kaustuba Mani. That is only real Vishnu has. All other will not have that. Otherwise, they are looking alike. Alright, that is called Sarupya Mukti. Third is called Samipya. Samipya means you can be very close to Vishnu. Like they say, I am very close to the Prime Minister, I am close to this President, I am close to Swamiji. Like people claim this. So similarly there, Samipyam, proximity. Then they have got one more which is not very popular, but one is there called Sarshti. Sarshti means you will get some power of Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, okay, little bit you also get. So some power of Bhagavan Vishnu, some weapons are given to the person. That's called Sarshti. Sarshti Mukti. And finally Sayujya. Sayujya means you join Ishvara. So these are the moksha they talk about, and generally these moksha alone are popular. But our Vedanta moksha which Vedanta is talking about is not any one of this. Not even Sayujya. Because Sayujya moksha implies what? You were different from Ishvara, now we are joining Ishvara. So how joining means he will become a bacteria in Bhagavan's stomach or what? So Sayujya, even you become part of Ishvara, you become the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, etc. or some part of Ishvara. But that is not moksha which we are talking about. So generally people think of moksha in terms of any one of these five. One more misconception about moksha is, people think that moksha is a very explosive, one day, instantaneous event. Means what? Suppose you are getting moksha today, 12:30. So 8th June, 12:30, you are getting moksha. Before that, 12:29 you were bound, and 12:30 you became free. People say that he got moksha on that day, realization day, etc. So people think that moksha is some instantaneous event. This is a very, very popular. Therefore people ask also, Swamiji, you are a free person or bound person? Realized or unrealized you? So people want to know, because we study from you and you yourself are not realized. What is the use? So that is a very common thinking. Many of you must be having. That moksha means what? Right now I am bound, one day realization. Generally it happens in early morning, 3:33 or 3:45. Early morning in deep meditation you get moksha. That also is not correct. Moksha is not a particular event happening in a particular period of time, point of time. That is not so. We will understand what moksha is, then you will understand why it is not so. And some people think that we can get moksha, we need not do any sadhana. We just serve the teacher, and one day teacher will put his hand on our head or on our Ajna Chakra here, and he will press little hard, there we get moksha. I tell you, this belief is very common. That also is there. बोले सो साधना से मिलने वाली चीज नहीं है. You don't get by any sadhana. It is only by grace of Guru. So you don't do, whether you do sadhana or you don't do sadhana, what he does. Guru's grace we also accept. One Bhashyakar also says, Guru prasada labhyam brahma vidyam. We do accept the place of the grace of Ishvara. But generally this type of thinking that by my any sadhana it will not happen, one day Guru will bless me, he will call me, when I have done so much seva to him, full donation I have given, then he will bless me. That also is not correct. Moksha is not something given to you. That is the vision of Vedanta. Moksha is not something to be given or taken. Vedanta says, moksha you are. Moksha is your nature. Therefore, nobody can give you moksha, including Guru. Nobody can give moksha, nobody can take away. If he can give also, he can take it away also. Suppose there is a fight with Guru, then what? Guru said, Guru will take it back. Remember, nobody can give you moksha, nobody can take away moksha from you. Then, Swamiji, then what is moksha? Bhashyakara in Mandukya, introductory Bhashyam very nicely says, moksha is swasthata. Dvaita prapanchopashame swasthata. Swasthata means what? Remaining oneself. Abiding in oneself. Remaining oneself is moksha. It's a very simple thing. We have made it complicated. Choti si baat mein mirchi masala. So much we have complicated. Moksha is just being yourself. But Swamiji, we are always ourselves. No. What is happening? Because of ignorance and ignorance born wrong conclusion, in your understanding, you are not what really you are. In your understanding, you are not what really you are. Means what? In the vision of Vedanta, you are existence consciousness which is ever free, limitless. But what do you consider yourself to be? You consider yourself to be a karta, bhokta, jivaha. So, you consider yourself to be what really you are not. You are not a karta, you are not a bhokta, you are not a limited, located individual. You are not an entity which is located somewhere. But what do you think? I am here. This is a very, very strong orientation. After studying Vedanta also, this particular idea of localization, being localized, being located in a particular place, that doesn't go away. People ask this question, Swamiji, how to feel I am all pervasive? Swamiji, I experience I am existence, I am consciousness, but how to feel I am all pervasive? Remember, I am all pervasive is not a matter of feeling. It is not you will feel, I am there. As an individual, retaining your individuality, you can never appreciate you are all pervasive. When you see yourself to be existence, consciousness, what really you are, as existence, consciousness alone, you can appreciate yourself to be all pervasive. But what happens? Even though you say, I am existence, consciousness, but still you locate yourself in the body. I am existence, consciousness located in the body. It means you have not really understood what existence, consciousness is. Existence, consciousness does not have any boundary. Ghatakasha appears to be limited, but when Ghatakasha means pot space. When pot space is seeing itself to be space, then it does not have boundary. When pot space is seeing only as pot space, it will think itself to be limited. So, moksha means seeing yourself as you are, not having any identification with what you are not. letting go of all wrong conclusions about oneself, however dear they are. Why I am saying dear? Because somebody tells you you are a great scholar of Sanskrit, that conclusion is very dear. That we love to be with some title. In WhatsApp, no, the status. So we always want to have some status. Therefore, somebody wrote like WhatsApp, what status? No status. So, so really speaking, moksha means what? Not assuming any status. However, dear, if somebody tells you you are a great Vedanta scholar, and if you are holding on to that title, then you will not be able to appreciate I am limitless Brahman. Holding on to any status becomes an obstacle in appreciating what really you are, limitless existence consciousness. And so, what is moksha? Just remaining yourself, not identifying with any title, any conclusions. What is bondage? Bondage means holding on to what you are not. That is bondage. You are holding on to the body, holding on to the senses, mind, and based on the identification with the body, senses, mind, you have some title in your mind. That is why if somebody tells you, hey, you don't understand Sanskrit, your Sanskrit is very horrible. Suppose somebody says, it hurts you so much. You will not understand this advanced Sanskrit, advanced Vedanta text. Suppose somebody tells you, it hurts. This Vedanta class, you heard what? You are akarta, abhokta, apramata. You are not a limited knower. You are the illuminator of everything. This morning we heard this. Sakshi does not mean he is witnessing everything like a security camera. So don't think Sakshi is a security camera watching everything. Sakshi doesn't register anything. Sakshi just illumines the fact. Security camera, we can have memory also. Sakshi does not have memory. Sakshi is memoryless, changeless illuminator. That Sakshi I am. But if in Vedanta you are told you are a Sakshi, you are akarta, abhokta, you are limitless Brahman, you hear it, you nod your head also. But to many people, to many people, it does not create any impact. Especially after listening few times. You have already learned, you have already heard every Vedanta class, really speaking, we tell the same thing. We do not have any new content. Basic content is the same. All that is here is Ishvara, that Ishvara you are. That is the content of all Vedantas. But it is presented in a different ways, and many a times people forget. Therefore, we can repeat the same thing. So, forgetfulness of the student is the wealth of the teacher. So, otherwise, really, we will become jobless. So, if you remember everything you have been taught. So, what I was saying that when you are told you are Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava, Brahma, it creates some impact or very little impact. But suppose you are told that you are a bright student of Vedanta or a bright student of Sanskrit. You see the impact. You are a bright student of Sanskrit or Vedanta, that gives more some impact. Whereas you are told you are Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava, it doesn't. Swami Viditatmanandi used to tell this story. He said one person was attending Vedanta classes, a frontline student, very sincerely listening. So Swamiji thought that he is the best student. So teachers also always enjoy teaching to the students who are interested. So the teacher said, "I very great student." But after maybe 3-4 months, he comes and tells, "Swamiji, this other student, told me that I am a thief." "Swamiji, am I a thief?" I felt so disturbed. "Swamiji, 24 hours, whole day I was disturbed." "What happened?" He said, "Yesterday, Swamiji, after the class we went out and by mistake I wore somebody's chappal. And that person called me a thief because his chappal were new and mine was old. So he, Swamiji, he called me a thief. Am I a thief, Swamiji?" "I am not a thief." Swamiji said, "I have been telling you are Brahman for 4 months." That did not have any impact. Whereas that person told only once, "You are a thief." So why I am saying this? Because we are holding on to the conclusions. It is not enough that we know that conclusions are wrong. We have to keep seeing. As Swamiji this morning he said, we have to keep seeing it. Na prithvi, na jalam, we have to keep seeing. And when we keep seeing and just remaining ourselves, that is moksha. In other words, moksha is remaining in your house. At homeness is moksha. Be in your place. Don't go to somebody's house. Remaining in your place. Your place means what? Your Satchidananda Swarupa. That is moksha. And that moksha is by removing the ignorance. And ignorance can come by knowledge. Therefore, Jnanat moksha. So many people say this, "Swamiji, why you are so fanatic? Dhanena moksha. Why don't you say that bhakti api moksha, karmana api moksha? Why you are so fanatic? We accept that jnanena moksha, but why don't you accept that by karma also you can get moksha? There are so many paths. All paths are leading to same goal." That is a very popular. You are very fanatic. You are very fanatic. All the time, jnanena moksha. Isn't it wrong to be fanatic? Puja Swamiji nicely said. He said, it is better to be fanatic than lunatic. So, lunatic means you are not understanding correctly. So, it is not fanaticism. It is a revelation of the fact. Jnanat mokshaha na karmabhyaha iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Then what is the place of karma? If karma does not give moksha, why karmas are prescribed in Shastra? That is going to be said in the next shloka. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.